Good afternoon, Manchester United fans, and welcome to the weekend. We can safely say that now that it's Friday afternoon. And of course, every Friday afternoon, our man in charge in that hot seat, RUBEN Amorim, addresses the media. He will be talking to the media within the next 10 minutes. Then we've got the embargo little section just to get through, and then we'll bring you all of them quotes and live reaction, including your live reaction in the live chats if you are in the show with us today. If you are catching up later on, of course, get your comments in after the live is finished. But give me your thoughts on everything that RUBEN says. Plenty of talking points ahead of this game this weekend. Of course, we have got the Baleba turning up. How is he going to turn up? Hertzler and his opinion. We're going to talk through some of his quotes, but he has told Carlos Baleba to drown out that noise, play his game and forget about everything that's happened. We will see if he turns up. He's been a bit hit and miss this season, but a good performance against Newcastle last time out has definitely got everybody on red alert within Manchester United. I'll bring you Hertzler's comments in just a minute, but other things to talk about as well in this press conference. Obviously, we need an injury update, as is the norm with press conferences. We all know that Leacher is the last man standing now in terms of that injury room, and really, when it comes to it, Manchester United might actually be announcing that we have a fully fit squad for the first time in, I haven't got a bleeding clue, because United always have injuries and now we don't. It's crazy. But Leacher is the last one back. He's on grass. He's training. And I'm sure RUBEN will say he's not available for the game. But at least we know the recovery is nearly complete. And we have almost, and I say almost, one man left, got a fully fit Manchester United squad. I'm not even going to try and think back to when the last time this was actually a thing and we had everyone available. Look, we'll get into the injuries, who's available. Someone might have picked up a knock. You never know. RUBEN will let us know in the press conference anyway. But yeah, looking forward to that. Will he touch on JJ Gabriel training? Or will he touch on Kobbie Mainoo and Joshua Zirkzee again? Bruno Fernandes's 300th appearance for Manchester United. A massive milestone for Manchester United's captain this weekend. Is he going to be celebrating tomorrow with a win, a much needed win, which will take Manchester United deep into the European places and really cement their place in the European fight going ahead this season? It pretty much lands us at the quarter mark way through the season after Saturday's game. So, realistically, when you look at that table, you've got to say, with less games to play, Manchester United are well and truly in it. But it is all based off of what happens in that Brighton game and if Manchester United get the win. Or are we going to be licking our wounds and thinking, here comes another mid-table season, because yet again, for the fourth game in a row at Old Trafford, Brighton have beaten us? We hope not. We hope that we change that trend and actually get a win against Hertzler's boys in the game tomorrow. And it's going to be tight. Look, it's going to be dead tight. We're obviously going to listen to what RUBEN says in a moment. But first of all, before we get into that and get to that point, let's talk about what Fabian Hertzler is saying. He's been talking about Manchester United's change from when he last played them. The obvious that a lot of people are picking up on. And he was talking about this in his press conference this morning about Manchester United and how he feels their style of play has changed somewhat. He says, I think they play more direct, more vertical style, more long balls, trying to target Bryan Mbeumo and Benjamin Sesko, going with a lot of players for the second ball, trying to win it, and then continue onto the wing with Dalot and Dalot and Ahmad on the other side, trying to attack the box and a lot of deep runs. He also goes into players and the threats that Manchester United have. Of course, they have really good individual quality in their team. They can change the game with one action, with one moment of momentum. Every one of their players, especially in the front, can decide the game with a single action, no matter if it's Bryan Mbeumo, Bruno Fernandes, Mason Mount, Benjamin Sesko, Matheus Cunha. You can mention all of them. All their players have great individual quality, and that's why they're always a danger for us. Well, yeah, I say that. So we have to say, with 3 wins in a row, yeah. So we have to stay alive for 90 minutes, no matter if we're in possession, out of possession, or even on set pieces for for or against, because they can score in any phase of the game. That makes them so dangerous. This change of game, they're very vertical, very straightforward, with a lot of deep runs, a lot of players attacking the box, and also being a threat from set pieces. He's picked up on most of Manchester United's threats there, really, and he, of course, this is just the norm. Don't think that just because Herzl is talking about this, I'm sure you're not. I'm insulting your intelligence here a little bit, but of course, just because Herzl is talking like this doesn't mean this is some new thing and everybody's cottoned on to the way that Man United play. Every single coach, tactical team, everyone, analysis at every club watches every single minute of every opponent in this league. So if you feel like this is something new, then don't, because we know what's coming from Brighton. We're talking exactly the same way that they play. The thing is with Manchester United's game, and I think what is different now is that Brighton can set up to counter that, but it 100% means that they are taking away their game and their play, because their high intensity pressing from the front game doesn't work if Lamens is sending that ball over the halfway line every time we have possession. It takes out a good core of their quality players, and then you're onto the back line, and then you're scrambling for the seconds, and it turns into a more of a 50-50 game. Who's in there, who's the more technical? And like Herzl has just said there, his fear is that them forward players can make something happen out of nothing. We're all good in the air. We have target men. And then we have quality midfielders backing that up in Bruno Fernandes, as he says there, who can pick out that pass from a deep run from the wing-back or one of the 10s or Benjamin Sesko. There are so many options there for Manchester United. And Herzl knows what he's doing. He's going to set his team out to play their game, but be aware of what Manchester United bring. And this game will be decided on what team mentally turns up on the day. Can Baleba, like Herzl has said, drown out that noise around Old Trafford and everything that's happened within the transfer window that has turned his head? This is what it's at now, and Manchester United fans expect this is the moment. This is the game where United must turn up, where they must forget about all of them bad traits, all of the negativity from the past. It's history. They need to look at what's happening right now. They need to cling on to this tiny little bit of momentum, because it will get bigger if you win this game. This is like the kickstart to what Manchester United need. 3 wins in a row and beating a team that always beats us is massive. We did it last week, and hopefully we can do it again this week against Brighton, because that will give a massive confidence boost to the fan base and everyone in and around Manchester United. The players in particular. 3 wins in a row under RUBEN Amorim in this style gives them the confidence to believe even more in what is happening. Herzl knows what's coming. And you can clearly see it in what he said there in his message from his press conference. He knows that this is going to be difficult for them, because they're going to have to adapt. Manchester United are going to play their game no matter what. How they deal with Brighton when they've got possession, well, that's obviously the second phase of the planning of the game and what Ruben does out of possession. In possession, Manchester United know exactly what they're going to be doing, where to be, and they will have adjusted their tactics from Liverpool to suit what Brighton are going to bring. And this is the bonus that I was saying. This is where United have an advantage now. Going into this game last season, Manchester United would have played in Europe, wouldn't have had full focus on this game. 7 days preparation for Brighton at home, knowing exactly what they need to do and working on every single aspect of the game plan is different. And yes, you could say, well, going into the future, how are we going to survive? Are we going to have European football next season? This is going to come still. But you have already learned. This is the thing, what Manchester United was so used to with this transition of players and this new age of players and this whole new look side, we're still not understanding where we need to be or how we need to play. This could be the complete reset that was necessary this season. But it's only believable if United beat Brighton. Now, I've gone on there. I know it's a little bit aside from the press conference and things like that, but going off what Herzl has said there, he knows what's coming. He knows how United are going to play. And he knows that Manchester United are different this season because of the players we've got. And because, of course, all of the new belief, the newfound belief within this squad, because it's worked in previous games. 4 goals scored, 1 conceded, 6 points out of 6, playing this more direct football with a competent goalkeeper and real target men up front, with your flair on the wing and speed and dynamism within that forward line. It's something that you can believe in as a player, and that's the difference. So it's on the mentality of the players, on who actually deals with the pressure, because there is pressure on this game. There is massive pressure because everyone's expecting Manchester United to fall and everyone cannot wait for the fall. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. And here's my bet on this one right now. And this is how I know what is going to happen. If United lose, and you can clip this up, if United lose, I will get a call to go on Sky Sports next week. If United win, I don't think I will. I'm just going to say that right now. And you know what I mean by that as well. That's what I believe. That's what I think will happen. We'll see if it does come about. They may try and trick me now because they might have watched the content and just bring me in if we win anyway. But I guarantee it. I always seem to get the raw end of the stick, and they love giving it when Manchester United have lost a game. And that's the point I'm making. Everyone's waiting for the fall. Can these players handle that pressure? Because there is an expectancy. And you know what? At the back of all of these players' minds, there will be that mindset, that thinking of, what if it goes wrong again? No. Instead of thinking ahead, you have to be 100% focused on what's in front and winning this game now. It is absolutely massive for Manchester United. And I mean crucial for Manchester United. This is, honestly, it is the biggest game of the season so far. I don't care about the bigger games. Forget Liverpool. Forget the Manchester derby. All of the big games. The opening day against Arsenal. And it's easy for me to say that because they've gone and we've already played them games. But when you look at what's in front now after this game, it is 2 tough away games. If you're going into them 2 tough away games to Forest and Spurs before the next international break, off the back of, yes, 3 wins in a row, different, totally different. You're going with a different mood, different mindset, everything, and you're starting to really, really jump onto that positive bandwagon then. And that is where this game is and what is on this game. That's why it's the biggest, and that's why it's probably the most important of the season, because the fans know. The fans know what's coming. Stop making us think this way by performing and standing up to a team like Brighton and having that game plan and believing in it. That's where it's at. That's my rallying cry anyway for everyone. Let's get some comments in on this. Everyone is bubbling up. I can feel the matchday vibe is now well and truly back, everyone. I can feel it in the chat. This game is more than momentum. It's revenge for the sloppy goalkeeping errors we gave Brighton during the last game. Andre Onana, 100% was the big issue for Manchester United. Don't get me wrong, we didn't play well in that game anyway, but talk about gifting a game to an opposition. That was definitely a sticking point for Manchester United last season. I said it before the other day, I don't want to go on about Andre Onana anymore, but you just never had that security blanket with him. I just want to end this bad run against Brighton and put it to bed that we can do it. Doing Brighton and Liverpool in the same week and ending them bad runs is big for Manchester United. What worries me is Baleba from last season turning up. Well, he did against Newcastle at weekend, like I said, Tim, and I think he is going to turn up again. Just expect him to be on it and prepare for him to be on it. Don't take anything for granted. Every time a player turns up at Old Trafford, you know that they're going to be absolutely on it and needing to prove a point. It's constantly the thing. This has been used as a theatre, not a theatre of dreams, but a theatre of performance for people to get a better move in their careers. This is what it's been. It's like, let's turn up and let's put on a show at Old Trafford. Stop it. Make it 4 wins in a row at Old Trafford and start making people fear the theatre of dreams rather than coming there as an audition to make their next big move, because that's where Manchester United have been over the last 5 to 10 years. It's been too easy. Make it, because the fans will be up for it. The atmosphere will be noisy, loud and ferocious in Old Trafford for this game, because there is an expectation level now. And if it goes wrong, expect them fans to let them players know about it. That's the last thing. If I was a player going into this game, I would be going into this thinking, I am not letting this fan base down again. That's how I would be looking at this game as a Man United player. Prove that it's not just going to be the bounce back games where we really need to show what we're made of. We can do this consistently. This is the chance. We will get another moment. For instance, if we lose this game tomorrow, there will be another moment later in the season where this might come about again. But it's really not going to be good enough. It isn't. False dawns have come and gone for Manchester United fans. And there's a lot of belief within the fan base right now. I can feel it with the way that everyone's talking right now, that this is that moment. it's now move forward or go back to where you was and it's never going to change. That's just the whole feeling. I'm not saying that's going to happen, but that is the feeling around this fan base right now. Casemiro is going to shut Baleba down tomorrow. Just need a yellow card. 70 minutes from Casemiro. He's on the brink of another suspension, by the way, Casemiro. He could be, within the first 10 games, getting 2 suspensions, Casemiro. It's mad because we haven't had a bad tackle or one of them games in us all season. But Casemiro, he's walking a tightrope at the moment. I don't know if he's going to start. Maybe we'll get some hints from RUBEN Amorim as to who he's actually coming in to the team today. But players to look out for, of course, we talked Baleba. Of course, we've got the form man who always loves to score against his old club, Danny Welbeck. I tell you what, I'm not going to say one bad thing about Danny Welbeck. I'll actually applaud that man off the pitch if he scores against Manchester United tomorrow. I don't care. I don't care what anyone says. That is a professional footballer right there. And the stick that he's taken, the moves that he's made, he always turns up and he always likes to score against Manchester United. He did it for Arsenal. He's done it for Brighton. And I'm sure he'll be ready to go again. He's having a great season. United need to be aware of him. He is long in the tooth and knows exactly how to win football matches at the highest level. So, yeah, that's my fear. Danny Welbeck, Carlos Baleba down that centre. Of course, there are other players. Matoma is a late fitness test. I've not actually checked if he is available because I've not listened to all of Herzl's press conference. Just gone through some of the major quotes of him talking about Manchester United's threat and whatnot, like we've just described there. But at the start of the week, they had doubts over about 8 first-team squad players for this game in terms of injuries. But the big guns were all there. Solly Marsh is not going to be playing in this game. He always turns up against Manchester United, that guy. I'm glad he's not bleeding playing anyway. But no, he's injured and won't be fit for the game. Well, that was what it said at the start of the week, that he had no chance. So I'm going to go right off that and say, yeah, he's not playing. Never mind about Brighton and Baleba. We are Manchester United at home, and if we perform like we should and can, then we win. It's as simple as that for me. And I'll echo every single word you just said there, buddy. Keep it coming. What worries me in Brighton's midfield with Gutter and Minter, they're very quick and might be a struggle for us. Also, do we pick Shaw and Dalot? If you beat Liverpool at Anfield, you're a brave man to drop them players that played and started in that game, aren't you? I don't think Ruben bothered. I think, like he said, it was just another game. And another game means he's got the opportunity to change it the next week. And I think he might change it the next week. So let's just see. Let's just see what he does. I think there'll be maybe 1 or 2 changes max. I think Sesko will come in, because I don't think Mount was the best player against Liverpool. And there may be, I don't know, you've got the likes of Yoro and Mazraoui. And then you've got Casemiro, Agate. 1 to 2 changes, maybe 3 to freshen things up. Not that it's a fitness issue, but maybe just in terms of a different opponent and how he wants to approach the game. Similar way, but obviously Brighton are a different side. And I think he will. Maybe 2 to 3. 2 to 3 players will change. Is this a game to start Agate in midfield? A bit more legs than Casemiro. It's going to be a talking point, that one, I think, Barry, mate. I think really is. Agate, I think he's definitely in line. And I don't want him to be. I don't think he is good enough for Manchester United from what I've seen. And I do believe, looking at this game, Ruben will be, I think we'll be tempted to play Manuel Agate over Casemiro. The speed and that turnover ball for Brighton worry me more than anything else. Our reaction times. Casemiro hasn't got it. He will lash out, he will dive, he will slide, he might get another yellow card, he might put us in trouble. And that, again, that worries me a lot. If United are 2 or 3 up and Baleba puts on an audition performance, I'm okay with that. Hopefully, get Cunha clapping the fans moment from him and the fans. I don't know what that meant there at the end, but yes, PJ, thank you for the super chat, my man. I would take your scoreline and scenario every day of the week and on a Sunday, twice over. But yeah, to be 2 or 3 up against Brighton and everybody happy, and Olay's ringing around Old Trafford? Yes, please. Do I think that will happen? Not a chance. Not a chance. It is going to be nail-biting, nerve-wracking, anxious, anxiety kicking in throughout the game. I'm going to be on edge. I'm going to be a mess. I am going to be that Man United fan that I just described, where I just want this team to prove to me that they are going to make that next step. I need convincing still, and I always believe, but there is a doubt. There is a major, major doubt with this team. Do you know what makes me feel better? Sesko, Lamens, and Mbeumo, Cunha. That makes me feel 20 times better than what I did going into Brighton games in previous history and other seasons. That gives me full confidence that we are not just going to lay down and have our bellies tickled in this game. Not at Old Trafford anyway. I've seen certain things happen. Mbeumo and Cunha still trying everything they can. It's just going against them away from home. Fulham, Brentford, obviously the Etihad as well, Man City. But at home, I've not seen any performance that worries me so far. I haven't. I've seen so much more positivity at Old Trafford this season. Even in the Arsenal defeat, I still think we should have been 4-0 up against Burnley at half-time. We cruised it against against Sunderland. Chelsea, we should have really taken advantage of them. We took advantage of a moment and scored when we was on top. Casemiro dropped us in it a little bit. But overall, I've been really impressed with Manchester United's work rate, energy and performances at Old Trafford. So I'm confident going into this game that we can actually get that sort of mental change that's necessary. Get that out of our system where as we go behind, it's game over for Man United. I'm still waiting to see if United go behind first in a game this season, what happens and if we can come back and get anything from it. We've not done it once yet. I don't want that to happen tomorrow, of course, because I want United to take the lead and beat Brighton 3-0. But I think it's going to be, like I just said, one of them horrible watches where we're on edge. Brighton are going to create chances. We create chances. Who is more clinical? That's the game tomorrow, I feel. It's going to be a good watch for the neutral. 100% going to be a great watch for the neutrals tomorrow in this one. So I think everybody's tuning in 5:30. Oh, yeah. I'm making myself nervous just talking about it. Huggy Boy, again, legend mate, thank you for the gifted membership. If you have got that, Muddy, sorry. Make sure you put a big fat thank you in the live chat there for the man, Huggy Boy, for dropping that membership in. YouTube, do pick whichever member is, or whichever subscriber or person watching is going to be the one that gets that membership. It's not up to me. So all you can do is thank the people that are actually dropping them in as well, everybody. By the way, everyone, the new FUTV merch shop has just opened up again as well. I've not done this before, but I've dropped in a few items. I can't see on my screen whether or not the items are at the bottom. Partnering up with Champion as well for a special range of FUTV merch. I can't believe that. But still, we've got that, and we have got some other specials coming up as well in the future, separate to the shop, but I will bring them in anyway. And if anyone wanted to support the channel in any other way or anything like that, it's there. I'm not going to push people into buying things. It's not what I do, but I just think it looks cool anyway. So it's there. Have a look at it and enjoy. And let me know what you think of the new gear and everything like that. I'll order some stuff in myself and then you can see it and I'll show you, see what you think. But big plans down the line for other things alongside the store as well, everybody. Right, we are a few minutes away from Ruben's press conference. And all the comments, I'm speaking to the assembled media at Carrington as we speak. We shall be bringing you all the updates when the embargo drops at 1:30, 1:30 today. So expect this press conference to be upbeat, biased, some all right questions going in. I don't know how he's going to respond. I've got a feeling that there's going to be some of the old questions brought in. Again, we know the order. Is anyone fit? Has there been any knocks, any injuries? Is anyone going to surprise us and come through and play? Are we seeing any of the academy players coming through into the matchday squad? I doubt it, because like I said, we are expecting Ruben to say that he has a full bill of health within his squad and everyone is available. First time in forever that has happened for United. And again, let's see how he is pushed regarding the midfield situation, whether Benjamin Sesko comes back in. Is he going to be tempted into bringing in a Mazraoui or a Lenny Yoro Both of them players don't deserve to be on the bench, but that is what United used to be. Players on the bench that we think shouldn't be there, but they're there for good reason, because the players that have replaced them have turned up. Fighting for places in Manchester United starting lineups. Can you believe it, Reds? Honestly, this is where we needed to be for so long, and it's taken us bleeding years to get there. So I haven't got a problem if he plays the same side. You can nitpick and go, this isn't Liverpool, this is Brighton at Old Trafford. The personnel needs to be different. I get it. But if he plays the same side, going up against one of the most energetic and most expensive sides assembled in world football in Liverpool, and does them and plays the way that they have played, then I haven't got a problem with that. I would swap Dalot for Dorgu. I might bring Agati in for Casemiro and Sesko in for Mason Mount. I can't drop Harry Maguire when he's done what he's done. To be fair to him, I would be thinking of Lenny Yoro at this moment. Luke Shaw played well. Look, if Yoro Mazraoui are on the bench tomorrow, I am not going to be complaining. And that might be the first time I've probably said that since Ineos have been in and then players have arrived at the football club. I honestly feel like that will be the first time. I still can't believe that we have got 4 Ole Gunnar Solskjaer players in Man United starting 11. But 4 of them players competed and got Manchester United our first back-to-back wins under Ruben Amorim. And when that happens, what can we say? What honestly can we say when that happens? Like, there's nothing we can do. And there's nothing we can complain about because we're winning. And that is why I'm feeling a little bit more upbeat, because I know them players, if they come on off the bench this weekend, are going to give absolutely everything, because now they're seeing what real competition for places is, and now they're seeing what they're going to have to do and how high they're going to have to perform to get back into this Man United side. I pray we just don't win, though. I pray we don't lose. Please, 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 Man United, don't lose this game. Otherwise, I am going to be... I'm going to be in a foul mood tomorrow night, honestly. And my reaction video after the game at Old Trafford tomorrow, you want to hold on to that. I know. I'm going to be upbeat because United have got the 3 points. Is there anyone in the chat that would take a draw right now? If United drew tomorrow, where would you be at? Would you be okay with that? I mean, look, we've lost this fixture the last 3 years, so a draw is an upgrade. It'll feel like a bit of a meh sort of moment, won't it? Like, that's not really. I want to win. I want to keep winning. Look, I want Man United. I've said this all along. United need to win the home games. If you win the home games and you win every home game, then you are going to get a lot more consistency and be up there. Look, when you look at it, I mean, look, if for instance, say Manchester United now, and I think we can win all of our home games. Say, for instance, you win... I'm just going to calculate this because I can't think off the top of my head quickly. But say Man United won 17 of their home games this season, of which 19 to play. That's 51 points. You pick up maybe 3 or 4 wins from your away games. There's another 12 points. So you're on to 63. And right there, you're talking pretty much Europa League level. A few draws in there as well along the way. And you're talking close to 70 points, which is Champions League level. Win your home games. It is absolutely crucial. Okay, here we go. In terms of injury news, Ruben Amorim is talking, and straight away he has said the squad is fine. We have some doubts, some issues during the week with Maguire and Mount. Nothing serious, but doubts. Leacher is out. Brighton are really fun to watch. They are strong in the transitions, like we've said. They are a team who are really complete. We need to be really smart. Now, straight away there, that's Mason Mount out and Sesko in for me. Maguire, we may see Lenny Yoro pop in to the game if there is any doubts over Harry Maguire. He's just warning us for what's coming there. But I think that there from the opening comments from Ruben Amorim there, the team news, you've got to look at Mason Mount probably dropping out here for Benjamin Sesko. That's how I take that. He's talking about Hertzler as well in his press conference. You can see how they play the game. They believe a lot of what they are doing, so they believe in what they play. He also goes on to say, we use the good spirits of winning games. Our focus is on the next game. That is in the past. We are thinking about this game. When asked about the Liverpool game and the momentum that might bring, forget about it. Concentrate on Brighton. And I think that was made very, very clear. The pictures, all of the news and everything that was put out there to the media on the Monday after the Liverpool game, it was all about Manchester United getting straight back down to business. The players in at Carrington, into the ice baths, into the saunas, full recovery mode, everyone back in then for the debrief and preparation for the week. We all knew what was going on. They put it out like they wanted to really show everybody that this is a changed Manchester United side. Fernandes, Ruben's been talking about Bruno Fernandes. It is a little different what I expected. The frustration he feels is from a good place, and you don't know that when you are not here. He suffers a lot when we lose. He takes it personally. He is a great leader. Again, Ruben talking about Bruno. Obviously, one of the media would have brought up the 300th Bruno Fernandes appearance for Manchester United, which he will make tomorrow. And the questions have come about Bruno's character and everything that he is behind the scenes. And Ruben says you don't see the real Bruno Fernandes. You see a man in front of the camera that says all of the right things. But when we lose, he suffers. He takes it personally. He's a leader. He has high standards. And that I can completely see and agree with Bruno Fernandes. On the wins, Ruben says, the first thing, we are really focused, and then we played different games. We adapt what kind of game we need to play in the moment. Against Liverpool, we scored right away, and then we managed the game and played a different style. Okay, fair enough. He's on that there, saying that Manchester United really had a different game plan. Not expecting to be, obviously, 1-0 up against Liverpool at Anfield within 1 minute. That's a dream start, isn't it? But yeah, that's what he was dealing with. But saying that his game changed a little bit after we scored. So it's about managing the game. On Maguire, we are really happy with Harry. Not the time to talk about his contract. He is really important for us. Again, the media looking at the other questions from off the pitch, because when everything's going right on the pitch, like I said, they need to find talking points off the pitch as well. And as like we've been talking this week, it's obvious a question was going to be asked about Harry Maguire and his new contract. Not talking about it, just saying that we're happy with Harry Maguire and happy with his form. Of course, that's pretty straightforward, and I think everyone can see that, so not surprised by that answer. The Leacher latest in terms of his injury. He trained really well, not with us, but on the next pitch. He is training well and feels well. He is near to training with the team. He is closer to a return. I think we nailed it, didn't we? When we said that Leacher will probably be back in November. I think after the next international break. I think that's when we'll see Leacher back in action for Manchester United. I don't think they're going to rush him through in these next 3 games. He's not training this week, so we'll miss the game against Brighton tomorrow. I don't think he'll be available then for Nottingham Forest the next Saturday. I don't think that's going to happen. And then what we're looking at there, the game then against Spurs, I don't think they're going to rush him in for that. There's no need to. So, yeah, I don't think we'll see Leacher in a matchday squad until after the break. Around Crystal Palace, Everton maybe. Could be that. Media narrative of doubts. Oh, here's an interesting one. We cannot change so much. I don't want to change so much with a difference of 20 centimetres. The narrative could have been really different. What's he going on about there? If you are a manager and don't win, people will doubt you. We need to be clear on our path. Look, he said this after the game as well. And I'm sure one of the media would have said there, you mentioned the fact that you don't want the media to change. You don't want them to change their negative narrative. We spoke about that on Monday morning. And I think someone's brought it up again. And he's just said the same thing again that he said on Sunday. Look, don't change. I'm not here to change your opinion. If you want to keep driving that narrative, then that is on you. We know what we're doing. We have the plan. And everyone within Manchester United is actually on board with everything that we're doing. It's down to us. And all we're worried about is how we feel inside. It's pretty much where he's going with this one, Ruben. On Maguire again, it was good for him to play with 3 centre-backs. So sometimes you help players with the way you play. I am really pleased. He is not young, but he can learn a lot. He needs to do better with the ball. He is a massive player for us, and he needs to continue. Again, there, like he's said, like he still wants more from Harry Maguire. He wants more from his players. I like that sort of look from Ruben Amorim. I prefer him to be like that and actually go in and say to the players, it's good, but we need to do more. It's a great win, but we need to win the next game. Good performance, let's double it up in the next week. It's like little things that he is saying there that the players need to learn, need to get better at. I'm all for it. I'm happy with that. I think that's where he needs to be. And the whole push, like I said, has been this week on keeping everyone's feet firmly on the floor, on the ground, and making sure that everybody is concentrating on moving forward. All he talks about is the next game, the next game, the next game. That's in the past. That one is done. We're on to the next one. It's always more, more, more. Next, next, next. And that's the mindset that we have to. And he's doing it deliberately. Ruben is doing this because Manchester United have celebrated games before, like we've turned the corner, and then just completely forgotten about the next game. And that we've got over that hurdle now and we're okay. No, we're not okay. It's another step in the right direction. All you're doing is making it to the next stage. And then we'll see if we can get to the next one. Because each stage is a win and each stage is progress through United's season. So we've got to make sure the mindset is on winning every single week, not just winning the big games that turn up that everyone's watching. Because, yes, Brighton, TV, cameras are on, everyone's watching. We might get a performance. But what about the 3 o'clock against Nottingham Forest the week after? If we beat Brighton tomorrow, great. I'll be buzzing and I'll be well and truly on that positive bandwagon, and there's nothing you can do to stop me. But I will be thinking, when the cameras are down and United need to put in a performance in a tough away game with a new manager and Sean Dyche and an old back, solid, deep block that Forest are going to bring us. I'm trying not to get too far ahead of myself here, but you know what I'm saying. Will they turn up next week? And this is what he's trying to get into him here. And I can feel that with what he said about Harry Maguire there. He's basically saying, look, Harry is doing really well, but he can do more. Keep them on their toes and make them want more, I think, is what Ruben is doing. Make them feel like it's still not comfortable. You've got a lot more to do. That's what we need to be doing. That's what needs to happen at Manchester United. I'll keep waiting. I'm trying to update everything that's coming through here. I've got a feeling that might be it, but I'm not sure. We'll just wait for any more comments coming out. Any more thoughts in this in the comments section? Everybody, get your thoughts across, please. Were you drinking before the game, pal? I'm not sure who that was for, but have a good time. We love Harry, says DJ. There's loads of people having a ball in here. Is anyone going to the game tomorrow? I am. I might miss you again, though, mate, before. We'll see, though. Don't forget, guys, the FUTV shop is in there as well. Just pin that up there into the actual chat. Just launched it again. A new look shop from the old one. Wanted to rejig things. Have a good look around. Let me know what you think of everything in there. Forest will be up for the next week. They were back. They were back to being Forest from last season in last night's game. Yeah, good 1-0 win against Porto, that was. Good start for Sean Dyche, that was. Right, come on. Just waiting for the update now. I don't think there is much more coming through. Let's see. No, still nothing else has come through yet. But I've got a feeling that might be it. Whenever there's a gap like this, that might be everything for the press. So we'll wait and see just to make sure. We are supposed to be doing a calling show, but there are more technical problems with Big Up straight after this, everybody. So we're trying to fix it. I can only apologise. Again, it's doing my head in just the same as everybody else, as everyone else is. It's massively frustrating, but we'll fix it, and hopefully we can be back this weekend with it after the Brighton game tomorrow, maybe tomorrow night. We'll have a look, see, but Sunday at the latest. I promise we'll get it done and fixed, but yeah, there will be no calling show after this one. Again, Apologies, everybody, on that. But yeah, we're just waiting out to see if that is it in the presser. We're not getting updates at the moment, so I'm guessing that is everything, and everything has been said that needs to be said. And yeah, that is everything wrapped up for the press conference, everybody. And yeah, I think Ruben is upbeat and fully forgetting about Anfield and looking ahead to Brighton tomorrow, just as we want him to be. So yeah, I think that is a good press conference. I think we're all upbeat and ready to go. All that's left to be said now is obviously the win tomorrow, get a good results. But look, I'll be back later on again with more content this evening ahead of the game, obviously tomorrow. And I will keep you fully updated on everything throughout the day. Any changes or any breaking news or anything like that. I can't see it now after Ruben's press conference anyway. But yeah, I will be all over it and keep you fully posted on that. Make sure that you do get into the comment section after this live is finished as well, everybody. Give me your thoughts on what Ruben said there. Looking ahead, we got doubts on Harry Maguire and Mason Mount. That's about it. They're the only real headlines to come from the press conference. Other than it's full steam ahead. Let's see what happens tomorrow against Brighton. And yeah, have a great afternoon, everybody. Enjoy the start of the weekend. And I will see you all later on. Have a good one.